Well, September 19th, Steve Crosby was told by his cousin Dee Crosby, who actually saw Butch Cassidy being buried here, July 20th, 1937. Dee Crosby has contacted me because of my book, Finding Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. He was just a young man, 17 years old, Dee Crosby, his brother's Jay Crosby, and they were up on the side of the mountain and saw a funeral right here, probably right here. Then they moved the cabin over the grave. And so as an adult, Dee Crosby put the pieces together with Steve Crosby. You know, Dee Crosby worked for the Deseret News in Salt Lake City, was a reporter. He had an exhumation order to come and dig for Butch Cassidy's grave. The Parkers owned the land. And so when they were digging with the backhoe, with the permission from the state, were looking for that document and for the newspaper story, because it made the Deseret News. And so he came up here and was digging, and then they had to quit because it got dark. They took the backhoe down, and Dee Crosby got a call, and they believe it was Mark Bentonson, who's Leroy Parker Benton's son, and said, just screamed at him, "Let the dead be." And Dee Crosby got scared and quit. He quit digging. And then I'm writing a book. I found Sundance in this Duchesne City Cemetery, and he meets my business partner Jerry Jorgensen at a camp out in Logan, and he says, Jerry goes, "You need to meet Marilyn Grace. She's found Sundance." And Steve Crosby brought me up here and showed me and pointed and said, "This is where Butch Cassidy was buried." But then we were digging, and he said, "Marilyn, I heard a rumor that the Parkers moved the cabin over the grave in 1979, and we can see that it's been moved." And there it was, you know, that's where the cabin used to sit. So we started digging there, and then we decided, well, let's dig here. And then we have had cadaver dogs come up here just a few weeks ago. They were awesome. Joe Jennings and his cadaver dog Gunny are pretty famous for finding Annie Smith, who's the piano guy's daughter who passed away last year in Washington State. And Gunny was the first on site after 6 hours and find Annie Smith. Those dogs were here. They were up on the side of the mountain. All three dogs went in here and went to the right of the cabin. There has been human remains buried here. But then, that was December 17th when we dug and thought, oh, for sure we're going to find Butch Cassidy's grave this time on a Sunday. And then on Facebook, I'm just kind of letting everybody know so we can solve this, because I've been at this a year and I'd really like to finish this up. And I get a call from Larry Smith, and I videotape him and put it on Facebook. And he said, "I know where Butch Cassidy's buried. He's buried in a stand of trees by Tom's cabin." So that's why we're here today, is to see if we can't find Butch Cassidy's grave. We were digging the side of the cabin, but the cabin used to be over here.